ground reaction forces coming up and your body weight coming down meet right there in the knee joint at those two bones. And so most commonly, if somebody's going to experience signs and symptoms or problems with arthritis, it will generally start at the knee. Not to say that it can't happen at the hip and ankle and other places in your body, but most commonly it starts in the knee joint. So the purpose of the cartilage in your joint is to really prevent arthritis. We all start off with cartilage in our joints. Everywhere where two bones come against each other, they're all cushioned or surrounded by this cartilage at the end. But certain things speed up the degeneration of that or the wearing away of it. The purpose of the cartilage is to keep the joint smooth, rubbing against each other, nerve endings protected so that there's no pain, no exposure, and basically to almost like lubricate the joint. Generally what happens with arthritis is that it develops over an extended period of time. That friction starts out because things got tight around the joint surface got closed. Typically there should be space in between the bones, and the bones should be able to slide and glide without a whole lot of pressure on that cartilage or on that lubricant. But what will happen is things around that joint get tight, it closes the joint up, and then the bones start to rub on each other and everything starts to progress from there. The knee joint is the most common joint in the body where you end up with arthritis. You end up with arthritis there for a number of reasons. First and foremost, the knee joint itself is designed in a somewhat poor fashion. It has a flat surface, the bone in your lower leg, and a curved bone, the bone in your upper leg, sitting on top of each other. And so you have this flat surface and this curved surface that are rubbing against each other. Unlike most other joints that are ball and socket joints where there's actually a socket for it to fit into, the knee joint is a very unstable joint, so there's a lot of potential for slippage and therefore more friction to occur.
With arthritis, people need to understand that there's no cure for that, and the thing that we need to work on is giving that joint a good support system. We need to address any weakness that is around the joint. So strengthening all the muscles around the joint will give that joint the support system it needs, and it will take the brunt of the weight that it bears through the actual joint off because it now has other things that can help it. So the more we can strengthen those muscles around the joint, the better you will feel in general. There are other issues in your body, musculoskeletal wise, that can cause the same kind of pain. So when you go to see a physical therapist, we can figure out what that pain is coming from, so where that pain is coming from exactly. The back can radiate pain to your groin and thigh. Your sacroiliac joint can also do the same, so we need to figure out the actual source of your pain, and physical therapists will be able to figure that out for you. We can also prescribe specific exercises based on your presentation. So some people are weaker than others, other people have lost more mobility in the joint than others. So seeing a physical therapist will be able to see what exact exercises you need to do in order to improve the mobility and strength in your joint.